Welcome to Beyond Our Universe Tarot. Today we are going to be looking at some messages that the divine has put forth for you today. First, before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and clear the energy with this bell. I know that's quite loud. It would wake up the dead, I'm telling you. It's really loud. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started with some messages. I was in meditation last week, and the message that I received for this week was called the Divine Reset. And I feel a lot of you, including myself, are going through or getting ready to go through a divine reset. It feels like everything is totally changed. Nothing is the same. Everything feels like it's just totally shifted. You may have experienced losses. You may have experienced transformations within yourself. Maybe you don't feel the same about things. You don't look at things the same way that you used to. Maybe there's transformations that you want to do as far as how you look or how you view things, or your spirituality, or even your career and your finances. So I feel like everybody is getting ready to shift, and we are actually currently going through a shift. But we're going to take a look here and see what messages that Spirit has specifically for you today. But anyways, welcome to the show. My name is Kim. I host Beyond Our Universe Tarot. I usually do weekly live sessions, and I also do personal readings. Please feel free to book your personal reading with me at www.beyondouruniversetarot.com. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get in it, and let's get in the thick of this and see what messages Spirit has for you. So we're just going to kind of take a quick overview. Spirit, please show us messages that you have. Okay. And all right. Okay, so we're going to start off with 3 cards. Okay, so some of you that are viewing today, I'm going to show you what these cards are. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the King of Pentacles. It's interesting that there's a king and queen of the same suit here. That's very interesting. That rarely ever happens when I do layouts here. So that can indicate there could be a lot of males here, as long as a lot of female energy that's here. Or I'm also picking up for a lot of females, you may be alone, you may be single mothers, and you've had to be both. You've had to be the mother and the father. And there have been some fathers out here that may have had to have motherly energy as well as masculine energy here. So I am picking that up as I'm going here. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Queen of Pentacles, with this energy, what I'm picking up here. All right, so some of you may be Virgos, Capricorns, or Tauruses, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And Spirit is telling me that you have felt very overwhelmed. Like there's a lot going on. It feels like it's almost too much. You're having to take care of everybody. You're not really taking care of yourself. You're not really doing the things that you know that you need to do, getting proper sleep, eating properly. That's one thing that I'm hearing. You're not sleeping properly. You need to get enough rest. You need to also hydrate. So please make sure that you are drinking your water. I feel like a lot of people depend on you. Even if you're not a mother, you could have dependents. You could have people in your family that you care for, such as your elderly parents or your nieces, nephews, pets, just a motherly energy that I'm picking up, where you're having to take care of a lot of responsibility. And this has caused you a great deal of stress, especially in these times that we are trying to navigate right now, because it seems like everything is so hard, it's so difficult. It's just not the same. But the next card that I see here for you is the Six of Wands energy, okay? So I don't want to sound like a positive Patty here. You know how you hear tarot readers and all they tell you is really good news all the time. But I do want to be positive with you, because it's important that you maintain a balanced, positive outlook on things, okay? You will have victory and you will have success here. Okay, so if it feels like all the work that you're doing is in vain, if it feels like nothing's changing for you, is every day is the same, Spirit says even though it looks like that, is the appearance is that way, you do have victory here, okay? Some of you, I'm picking up envious energies around your spirit. There are people that do not want you to succeed. There are people that are envious of your tenacity, your ability to keep going, because this has been endurance for you with the Six of Wands. It's been very challenging for some of you to have to get up and it feels like Groundhog's Day over and over and over again. Sometimes that can be very depressing. It can feel very defeating. And it also can make you feel like, what is the purpose? I'm hearing some of you say this. What is the purpose in me getting up and doing the same crap every day over and over again? But Spirit says continue to move forwards, because with this divine reset and shift that we are currently experiencing and are getting ready to go into, we are going to quantum leap into a new life here. Okay? I'm not exactly sure how soon that will be. It is very scary right now with everything that is turning and shifting and changing. But before we can get to the rainbow, there has to be a storm. Okay? But keep moving forwards is what Spirit is showing here. Is saying to me, keep moving forwards. You have the victory. Okay? If you're dealing with problems in your life and it just seems to be no end in sight, I'm feeling like some of you may be going through some custody issues here. I'm picking that up with the motherly energy. It feels like it's been very difficult for some of you. It feels like maybe there's just this person that's in your life is causing you problems, or in-laws may be causing you problems. Keep going, okay? We do have the King of Pentacles here. So this is about leadership, confidence, also about getting that bag, okay, being successful. A few of you are going to have to start forging your way into entrepreneurship, okay? The reason why this is showing up is because right now everything is changing on the landscape of employment. People are out of jobs. More and more companies are going to lay off this year. More and more companies are going to close. They're going to downsize. And it is going to be for us to try to basically survive, is basically what this is about. And Spirit is saying that you do have the skills and the abilities to do this. Even if you're not sure about how to go about and do that, we're going to take a look at some more cards and get some more information from Spirit in regards to this, okay? So some of you are forced into this divine reset. This is not something that you necessarily wanted to do. There are some of you that have wanted to have a divine reset. I myself have wanted to have a divine reset as well, because you're just not happy with the way that things have went. Okay, it feels like a constant treadmill. All right. Grounding. Okay, so we have the card of grounding here. Okay. And it says stability, security, performance, growth, and endurance. Okay, so for some of you to slide into that King of Pentacles energy, you're going to need to ground yourself. Okay, you're going to need to get yourself in a place of meditation, a place of silence. And for some of you, that can be very uncomfortable to be in a place where it's just you and your mind and your spirit. And you're having to basically come up with the answers that are already within you, okay? The answers that you are seeking are already within you. You've just got to tap within. So what will help you with this is grounding, okay? You may need to do some grounding exercises. And for everyone, that's different. Some people, it's actual exercise that can help ground you. It can be mindful meditative techniques, or meditation. It can be putting your feet in the grass or connecting with nature. That's very important for you. Again, this goes back to the health journey. Some of you are neglecting yourselves. And when you neglect yourself, you're not eating the right things. You're not really exercising. You're not really pouring into yourself the way that you know that you should be. This can get you ungrounded. I'm seeing some of you have solar plexuses that are out of balance. Some of you have sacral chakras that are out of alignment and very imbalanced. And this is causing you to have fear and anxiety about what is happening around you. Okay, so you're gonna have to find ways. There are meditations. There are certain colors that you can wear to help empower your chakra. Your chakras, like your solar plexus, I believe that is yellow, and with the sacral chakra, I believe that's either red or orange. But I'm feeling that big time. So some of you need to just start doing, even if it's just simple things, wearing certain particular colors, or getting yourself in a grounded place. That's very important for you. Okay. All right. I know I just saw. Okay, we have wedding rings. Union, marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, and devotion. Okay. Some of you could be greatly affected by your marriages or relationships. Okay. Some of you maybe have hit a rough patch and it feels like you need to get reconnected with your spouse. That's very important as well. Engagement ring, okay? So we have higher commitment, eternity, partnership, union, and completion. Now, when my spirit is not only picking up, this is not so much about necessarily wearing an engagement ring or getting married, but it's about having a commitment to yourself. Again, like I said earlier, I'm feeling like a lot of you have neglected yourself. You're not really taking care of yourself. You're not really doing the things that you know that you need to be doing. So you need to put this engagement ring on your soul. It sounds kind of crazy to say that, but you need to kind of marry yourself. Okay, put yourself first, because I feel like you've been putting others first. Even in dating, you may be putting other needs or other people's needs or family members' needs above yourself. And now Spirit is saying it is time for you to really, really shift your focus on your own needs. It's okay to be selfish in the right way. Okay? Death. Okay, we have the card of death. Which is the relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform. What is dead is dead. Okay, so some parts of your life may be dying out. Okay, just like we talked about earlier, some of you may have experienced some losses, and these losses are somewhat painful, but they are necessary in order for you to make that transformation, in order for you to hit that divine reset. Spirit is calling you. You ever seen that commercial where the cell phone's ringing and it says like the vacation's calling you or something like that? Well, Spirit is calling you. And are you going to pick up the phone? Are you going to make those changes? Are you going to pay attention? And unfortunately, some of you will be forced to pay attention. I remember me and my sister had a conversation a year ago. It's about a year ago. And we were talking, and her job was they were kind of in transition of whether or not they were going to be eliminating her job and shutting down the building that she was in. And my sister works for a bank. And I told my sister, I said, listen, I said, you have been working and working and working and working for decades, like millions of other Americans. But I said, sometimes God will sit you down. And when you're basically operating on no fuel, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're running here, you're running there, Spirit will sit you down. It will stop you because it knows that you are headed on a one-way collision to a lot of problems, or to hurt yourself, or to put yourself in a place that is very negative and not good for you. because we are so used to having to do this and do that, and I've got to do this and I've got to do that in order to keep your household running, or just things that you necessarily need to do. So please listen to this message. Spirit will sit you down. And that's exactly what's happening here in the United States of America and in many parts of the world. We have worked ourselves to damn death, working and working and working and working and working and never getting anywhere. Some of us have nothing to show for it. You don't even have $5 in your bank account. And let me just say this. This is not a reflection upon you. This is because the system is rigged, and this is how the system is set up. But we have spirits from the divine that are putting us in a place to where they're saying, enough is enough. This system has to collapse. So therefore, we can be reborn and transformed and actually live. Not just exist where you're going to work every day and you're unfulfilled and you're unhappy and you can't even get a decent night's sleep. You don't even have enough money to even buy clothes to where you can go back to work. That's not the way that the Creator wants us to live. It's simply not. And I have felt that way for many, many years, where I got up and worked every day, and it was horrible. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to be working. I'm grateful to be blessed to be able to pay my bills. But damn, is that all I'm going to do is just work and never get anywhere and never have anything? It's just a constant gerbil wheel. It's the same thing over and over again. So Spirit is knocking at your door, and they're asking, what are you going to do? We are going to make the change. Some of you don't know how to change, and that's okay. Some of you don't know what areas to change. That's okay, because Spirit is going to transform you and help you in such a way that you never believed. All right, so I just wanted to say that because it was heavy on my heart. It was heavy on my spirit. We're transforming you guys. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. It looks scary. But, I also think about the prophecy of the Hopi Indians, which is coming around at this time about the red kachina. And what that basically is saying is that we're going to be transformed as a world, not only as the United States, but as a world, to where people can actually breathe. People can actually live in a world where there is hope, where there is something that you got something to look forward to, whether you like it or not, is coming. All right, so we have the Queen of Raphael, and this is the card of kind, understanding, giving, psychic. So it says to follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. So as we transform you guys, we're going to be able to start receiving downloads. Everyone. Okay? Everyone is going to start being able to be more open and receptive to what Spirit is saying. And the collective consciousness will be shifting and changing. And I'm sure that you've been feeling it. You've been feeling that collective conscious shift. That's why so many people are conscious of what they eat and the things that they put in their bodies and the clothes that they wear and the types of vehicles that they drive. This collective shift has been happening for decades, but it's really, really amped up in the past year or two. All right, so we have the Two of Gabriel. It says, make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. Wow, what a beautiful card. I'm looking at this card and I'm seeing an angel from heaven. And it looks like this angel from heaven is directing these people. And she's looking at these people. And I feel like that's what we are about to experience. Our heavenly family is going to guide us and help us to make the right choices. And they're going to help us to make progress because they know that there are some beings here on planet Earth that don't want to see us progress, that want a world of confusion and chaos and violence and hatred. That's what they feed off of. They feed off of that energy. But I know that you're smarter than that. And you know that it's bullshit. You know it's BS. So get ready for the divine reset. All right, Spirit, any other messages that you have in regards to this? Okay. 9 of Raphael, make a wish. Dreams becoming reality. A joyful time of life. Yes, you guys. We are going to be entering into a time, and it may not be right now, but things are shaping up to where we're going to start living some joyful times. Where we're going to start being able to enjoy ourselves and turn our dreams into reality. And you know what's interesting about that is with AI. Everybody's afraid of AI. Oh, AI is going to be doing this and AI is going to be doing that. And anything that is abused or misused can be used in a negative way. But I see AI turning dreams into realities every day. When you go on TikTok, you go on YouTube, businesses are being made from AI, okay? It's not going anywhere, you guys. You might as well get used to it. You might as well learn to utilize these tools to your advantage. To turn your dreams into reality. To quit talking about it and be about it. And I see that happening where people like me and you, everyday people, that were just confined to working everyday jobs. You're going to be able to start shifting things into your reality. So even though we live in some perilous, hard times right now, we're headed to a better place. And I want you to keep that vision in mind, that divine reset. Any last messages, Spirit, that you have for everyone? Spirit just shot me a message as I was just doing the cards here. People are feeling physical manifestations. Like people are starting to have headaches, stomach aches, pains in their back and legs. And this is not by coincidence. Some of it's old age, I'm getting older myself. But there are physical manifestations that can be coming from this as well as we elevate in consciousness. And we are elevating in consciousness. And we will continue to elevate in consciousness. Okay, I'll do one more card. Okay. I want you to feel hopeful. You need to feel hopeful, that frequency. All right, so our last card is Queen of Ariel, which is mature, practical, generous, and happy. Nurture yourself and those you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful, practical, and wise advice. So Spirit leaves you with this message to nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Love on yourself. You only have you. And you are only you. And you are incredible. You are awesome. You are amazing. Even though this world makes us feel like dog crap sometimes. And it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. God gave you life. The Creator gave you life. And He wants you to live it abundantly. All right? He wants you to live it abundantly. Even in this chaotic, crazy times that we're in.